And welcome back to the Atmospheric Cafeteria, where we're going to try to do a short little spread for Pisces born in February. Just that short little day, short little time of Portia. Portia. That means someone. So just a short little thing for Pisces born in February, for that short little time between there. Not Pisces born in March, Pisces born in February, because, you know, a little shift difference. So what do we got here? Okay, King of Wands, got some action going on. I'm feeling 3 cards maybe. Let's see how many want to come out. And it's more than that. Ooh, we've got some burdens going on. We've got some 7 of coins here, action going on here. All right, let's see what we got. King of Wands, the Moon. That 8 of Wands wanted, the 8 of Coins wanted to pop in and pop out to see. Okay, so is there anything else that you want to say, Spirit, at all, or are we? You know, it seems like you're trying to plant things as well as you possibly can. Yeah, because you're going to ride into victory soon. You know, you've had some devils in your past, but you're going to be okay. I mean, this is turned upside down. This is the 5, 6 of Swords. So you're not leaving something. You're actually going to something. You're riding to victory. It seems up here, you know, this is the King of Wands, the Moon, the 10 of Wands, the 7 of Coins. Forgive my cat while he's in the litter box. Or as we like to call it, litter box, yeah. If you know, you know, and we can be friends. You know, I'd love to sit here and be embarrassed, but we all have bodily functions, and I'm going to look up the moon because I feel like I need to look up the moon. So it seems like we've got, you know, the King of Wands is an earth sign. And it seems like there's been like a lot of grounding and a lot of coming into our own strengths. Yeah, the Moon card refers to a deep state of sensitivity and imaginative impressionability developed within. Stop doing that. Developed within a womb of deep relaxation. Here we dream and go into trance. We have visions and receive insights, wash in and out with the psychic tides, and experience deep mystical. So we got some sensitives here within this, which makes sense because it is a water sign, and water signs, water is very psychic anyway. So we got a King of Wands coming in, and he's coming in on the moon. And it seems like the King of Wands seemed to have had a lot of burdens. He seems to have been shouldering them pretty good. But, you know, with everything, even burdens can be too much. But, you know, as I'm looking at this, at these 10 wands, I'm noticing that this isn't a black cat that's leaning into these wands as if these wands are leaning onto him and he has to hold them up. This is a guy that's actually letting these wands go straight up. They're letting him go. He's letting these wands stand straight up. So basically, as I'm looking at this, what I'm seeing is he's tying this nice little bow. He's tying this little black cat is tying a nice little bow on these burdens. And these burdens, if you look down here, they can stand on their own now. These burdens can stand on their own, and he's going to put a bow around them so they don't all fall apart. And then he's going to step back and he's going to take a look because, oh, look at you. He had a piece of, I love this cat more than I can possibly say. He had a piece of litter underneath a litter thing underneath his foot, and it dropped off and he went and chased it. We have the Tidy Cat Breeze, and I cannot find a better system, but the pellets do come out, and he will play with them. Yeah, That's exactly what that is. So yeah, and the reason why these burdens will stand up on their own is because you have planted your seeds. Now these seeds, this isn't just the seeds of coins. This can also be the seeds of knowledge. This is the seeds of change. This is just 7 seeds. 7 seeds that you have chosen to plant. And because you decided to plant those seeds, these burdens can actually stay in the upright. Which means you're going to move. You're moving away from anything that was not serving you. I feel like I need to double check. That's funny because, the thing is that I am intuitive in a way where I'm not always reading the cards as what their meanings are, but more interpreting what I'm seeing in front of me and how it goes from right to left. But for some reason, they want me to double check on these, which I am certainly okay with. It doesn't hurt to educate yourself. The Devil card expresses the realm of the taboo, the culturally rejected wilderness, and undiagnosed shadow side that each of us, it makes sense, carries in our subconscious. This shadow is actually at the core of our being. So that makes exact sense why they wanted me to look that up. So basically what's gone on, they're showing me, is that you, my beautiful Pisces, born in February, my sweet little water sign, I love you more than anything. You have done the work. The devil is, brain just farted, is your shadow work. It's taking care of the shadow work. And the king, with the King of Wands, it looks like, by the light, by the light, by the light of the silvery moon, by the moon, by the moon, I'll sing this tune, by the light of the moon. Whoever that's for, I don't know. Let it resonate with your soul the way you need it to, my little fishy poo. So basically what it is you've come in. You have taken the time to do the work. You have done the shadow work. You've done this thing. You have tamed this devil. You have made that choice. They're giving me the word strength. I'm taking it as the strength card. They've given you the strength to march in. Well, yeah, the lion on the king of wands, of course, strength. They've given you the power to take the strength to plant the seeds so that your burdens can stand up straight on their own. Because now you can look at all 10 burdens and go, yep, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and that one is yours, but I guess it's over here now, right? So, and of course, they've only planted 7 of these seeds, which means that only 7 of these burdens are theirs. So, you know what I'm saying? The 3 other burdens, it's either not theirs, it can be quantified, dealt with, yada, yada, yada. We all get the point here, right? Because at the end of the day, sometimes we have to step back and ask, am I responsible for this? Is this my fault? What could I have done better? What could the other person have done better? Does this matter right now? And what can I learn from it for the future? What lumps do I need to take right now because I did this wrong? What lumps do I need to take because that person did wrong? What lumps do I need to take because I saw everything going on, but I didn't realize what it was? Now, here is the thing. If you're seeing something that's going on and you don't realize what is going on until afterwards, I need you to know that that's normal. There is nothing wrong with you if you are in the middle of events folding out and 5 years, 4 years, 2 months, 6 hours, 25 years later, you're looking back on it and you realize, fuck, I saw all of this leading up to that shit. Nah, hi. That's growing. That's normal. I want you to know that sometimes when you're in the middle of a situation, you're not always going to understand where you are. And one of the ways I like to explain this is, as somebody that doesn't have children, one of the things it's easy for me to do is to see where mom needs to calm the hell down. But you can't say that to mom because mom has these kids and she knows these kids. But if I'm friend, what I can do is go, hey mom, listen, I just saw this from the outside observational view that because you're in the middle of all of this, you're in the middle of the hurricane, you can't see. I can see the outer edge of the hurricane where you didn't see what this child did to this child and now the wrong child. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to understand that sometimes when you're there, you don't necessarily see because you're in the eye of the hurricane, and sometimes you need to hear the person out. And this goes for parents too, because when you're in the middle of having kids, you're not always seeing everything on the outside, but you as a parent know that when you're looking at your other friends with parents, you're seeing from the outside so that you can educate them. Okay, so always remember, your friends without kids, we were raised. Some of us planned to have kids. We kind of understood what kind of parents we were going to be. And because we understand that and we love kids and we wanted our own, it just means that, when we help you raise yours, it's that kind of thing. So always remember that it's okay if you can't see what's going on in the eye of the storm. As long as when you step back, you're taking the appropriate responsibility. So because that's how you learn and grow. And that's how this person here at the Ten of Wands realized that all they had to do was plant 7 seeds, because 3 of those wands they didn't have to be responsible for, because it wasn't their concern. It wasn't their problem. It wasn't their fault. It was what they could let go. They could let go 3 of these wands and plant 7 of them. And by doing that, by letting go of 3 wands and planting 7 coins, they did the shadow work. They did the shadow work, and they wanted to. They wanted to go in with gusto. We weren't going to have a knight on a horse. We were going to have a king. That was it. Because by doing that, yeah, we kind of go into a dark night of the soul and a wee bit of a funk. But as we march into that, and as we turn kind of upside down and we're going away and we're kind of wishy-washy in, we review this. This is the hard part right here, this reverse 6 of swords, because the 6 of swords means that you're leaving something. But if you're doing the shadow work, it actually means that you're actually going to something. It means you're going to whatever the hurt was, whatever the trauma was, whatever the pain was. You're going to that to discover it. You're going to that to heal that, to take in that small part of you that you need to look at and go, listen, I love you. I love little you. And you know what? Little you isn't ever going to be hurt again. And you know what? You take little you and you lift it in your hands like this, and you look at yourself and you go, I can protect you now. I am 53 years old, Martha, and I can protect the little Martha inside. And you take it in this little hand of yours like this, you talk to it, and then you bring it to your heart and you hug it. And when you do that, you're hugging yourself. Because your little emotions on the inside don't understand what your big emotions in 2025 or whenever you're listening to this understands. If you're 20 years old and you're listening to this and you have trauma from when you're 10, your 10-year-old doesn't understand on the inside, doesn't understand what your 20-year-old understands. Your 20-year-old isn't going to understand what your 30 and 40-year-old understand, but that doesn't matter until you're at 30 and 40. Okay? Wherever you are in your age, take your little self and hug it and say, listen, I don't know what's going to happen in the world, but we got this together and you can't be hurt anymore. And they're telling me, I feel this pain on, the right side of my shoulder, kind of by my heart, a little heart pain, it's a heart chakra, I think. And it's saying, this is very painful for you to do, because it's very painful to, rather than keep moving forward, stop and turn around and take a look at the swords, to take a look at the 6 swords. This is 6 swords. We got 7 coins planted. One of those coins is either something that just needs to linger longer, or something that we were able to settle quicker, or whatever. But now we have these 6. And we have to deal with these guys. And this is going to be the hard work. This is the stuff that causes the chest pain. And I'm kind of losing my voice here a little bit. This is the stuff that makes you cry. I'm getting very emotional. This is the hurt. This is the pain. And when you cry and you're doing this shadow work, you're allowing the child inside of you to cry. That child that at some point can be a child, it can be a young adult, can be a teenager, you can be 35 years old, but whatever the age of that younger you is, you're allowing that younger you to cry. If you are 65 years old and this younger you is 50, you're allowing your younger 50-year-old to cry, because you know more now than your 50-year-old did. You're allowing that smaller part of you to cry. And in doing that, and in allowing yourself to see this, do this shadow work, cry this out, See how my voice is coming back? You clear your voice. Wow. And I feel like I can breathe again. And I'm hearing the buzzing in my ears again. You clear this out so that you're turning this up. And this way, when you're turning away from it, you're turning away knowing what these are, and you're marching into your victory. You're marching into your victory, into your union of self, they say. Because at first they said into union, and I asked, you mean union into a partner? And they said, no, you're walking into your union of self. You see, your king, this is the king. This is the king marching in to the union of self. I feel pride, and I feel this wonderful feeling on my right side of I did this myself. I cried this out and it hurt, and I did it myself. And I promise you, in 5, 10, 1 year, 6 months, you might think of these events again. Your little self will think of these events again, and it's okay to cry those through. It's okay to cry those through, because you understand it a little bit more. As we age, we understand what happened in the past a little bit more because we have more knowledge. I feel like I've discussed this before, but I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is the reading for Pisces born in February. Is you are doing the shadow work. You are making this choice. Wow, look at this. I did it the wrong way. I put these back the wrong way. You have made the choice to clean up your burdens, to do your shadow work. And not only do your shadow work, but do your shadow work well in a way where you can sit in front of your swords and not feel guilty and not feel bad, because you are the king marching the fuck into victory. Get into victory, god damn it. Get into that victory. Look at and you got a cute, adorable horsito. I'm sorry. I'm silly. But yeah, so my beautiful Pisces born in February. It's only a few short days. You're very influenced by Aquarius because you are born in February. So I hope that this helps you. And remember, sometimes for a Pisces born in March, this can be a really, really hard thing to do. You know, an Aquarius is somebody who goes, I got to do that shadow work. I'm going to do that shadow work now. And I'm going to go over there and eat a potato, a brownie, and smoke some weed. Okay? You know, don't fuck with me, fellas. Don't fuck with me today, motherfucker. By the way, come give me a hug. I need an ice cream. Oh my God, your baby is cute. So, you know, we're always marching into victory somehow, some way. And we will always fight to the top. Because we are both water, but we are an air sign. So we always float out of the water. We're always in a bubble. But water signs, because this is a water sign. A water sign born within a watery month. So, you know, that's like double water in my book. So it's easy for you guys to get drowned. Real easy. Like my left hand is going off. Yeah, it's easy for you guys to get drowned and really bogged down for a normal Pisces. But here you can be like overly emotional and stoic. Like where a Pisces needs to have, you know, oh, this is the best, is always searching for the best. You're able to look at something and go, oh yeah, you know, that's the best, I like it. Yeah, that's the better one, that's nice, I'm going to keep this one because I like it. But you're also very tearful, you're very emotional, and you're learning how to not contain your emotions, but how to navigate them. Yeah, you're learning how to navigate. That's what these 6 swords are, is you're learning how to navigate your emotions. We do that with shadow work, don't we? And by hugging our little selves and letting our little selves know, hey, you can't be hurt ever again. Whoever hurt you can't hurt you again. Even if you're in the same house with that person still, you can look at your little self and say, listen, we're going to make a plan. We're going to make a plan to protect ourselves. We're going to make a plan to get out. However it is that you need to do it, with the help that you need to do it. And then being told to contact shelters and things like that if you need to. Is it 988 or 998? I can't remember what it is, but yeah. But you're doing great, Pisces born in February. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. Don't forget to put a little bubble around yourself. You know, like one of those hamster bubbles that'll like float up and down into the water. Because that way when you go under the water, you can still breathe the air because you're in that protective bubble. And that way when you pop up on top of the water, you can float. Okay? That's the most important thing to remember about water. You have to be floaty. You have to be buoyant. You have to remember, you might be a Pisces, but you're not a normal fish. You're a catfish. You can breathe the air. You can breathe the water. You just have to remember when your head gets above water that you can breathe the air. And you have to remember that when you get too far down, you can still breathe the water. You can stand the pressure, okay? So you can do this. And I love you, I love you, I love you. Remember, good night, God bless you, we love you. And be good, behave, be happy. And always, 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 always remember, be yourself. Love you.